Early in my career, and I mean early in my career, Zillow worked completely different than it does today. I was paying for leads. Every month, money going out the door. And every month was chasing people who didn't know me, didn't trust me. I was renting access to strangers. And I told myself it was a lead generation strategy. And it wasn't. So today I want to talk about what actually is happening when you pay for portal leads and what works instead. I call it the paid lead treadmill. Every lead you buy is a transaction that starts from zero. The person doesn't know you. They submitted a form on a website and your name got attached to it. You call them. And if they answer, you're already immediately competing against every other agent who got the same ping as you did. The conversion rate on portal leads are brutal. Industry averages hovers around 2 to 3%, which means for every 100 leads you get, 97 of them go nowhere. And the ones that do convert, you fought for them. You called fast, you followed up obsessively, and you probably discounted your commission to close them because that was what they were doing. They were comparison shopping from the start. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking. Next month's bill is coming regardless whether last month's produced anything or not. That's the treadmill. You can't slow down because the moment you do, the lead stop. And the moment the lead stops, so does your pipeline. I lived a version of this. The specific platform has changed. The dollar amounts have changed. But the feeling, it's identical. Always one bad month away from wondering if the math still works. So the breaking point story. I work with an agent, sharp, motivated, doing the right things in a lot of the areas, who came to me a while back who was still locked into a Zillow lead subscription, about $700 a month. And when we actually sat down and looked at the numbers together, here's what we found. Over the previous 6 months, she spent roughly $4,200 on leads. She converted 2 of those into closed transactions. Her average commissions on those deals were meaningful, but when you subtracted the lead cost, the time spending, chasing and following up, the hours, her effective hourly rate on those 2 deals, well, it was embarrassing. More importantly, she had zero relationship with those clients after closing. They found her on Zillow. They'd probably find their next agent on Zillow too. Meanwhile, her past clients, her sphere, people who already knew and trusted her, were largely untouched. No consistent follow-up system was in place. No referral ask, no reactivation. She was paying $700 a month to talk to strangers. When she had a warm audience, she had completely ignored. We canceled the subscription. What she did instead, here's a 3-part system we replaced it with. And I want to be clear. None of this is magic. All of it requires consistency. Part 1 is SOI reactivation. Your SOI or sphere of influence, the people who already know you, like you, and would refer you, if you gave them a reason to think of you. We built a simple reactivation sequence. Personalized outreach, not a mass email blast, actual individual messages to every past client and warm contact. Checking in, sharing a useful market update, asking how they were doing in their home. The goal wasn't to sell. The goal was to exist again in their minds, the person they call when real estate comes up. Within 60 days, she had 2 referrals from the people she hadn't spoken to in over a year. Part 2 was an open house system. Most agents treat open house like a box to check for the seller. Show up, put out some cookies, hand out a flyer, and they go home. This is not a system. That is babysitting a listing. We rebuilt her open house approach from the ground up. Every open house became a lead generation event with a pre-open house outreach sequence to neighbors and the surrounding area, a structured way to capture and qualify every visitor. A same-day follow-up protocol went out before she even packed up the signs. The difference was immediate. Open houses she used to walk away with a sign-in sheet full of dead names suddenly had 2 or 3 real conversations worth following up on, because she came in with a process, not just a presence.
Yeah.
Open houses are one of the most underused lead generation tools in real estate. You're already there. You're already in front of people. The system just needs to make sure you don't leave empty-handed. And part 3, a referral and repeat system. Most agents ask for referrals accidentally when they remember after a closing in a vague sort of way. We made it a system, a specific ask at a specific moment with a specific follow-up, built into her process, so it happened every time, not just when she thought of it. Referrals are the highest converting leads in real estate. People who come to you because someone they trust sent them. No competition, no cold start, high close rate. You already have a referral network. Most agents just never activate it intentionally. The honest comparison. So 6 months after canceling the Zillow subscription, here's where she was. Monthly lead costs were $0 per month, down from $700. Inbound referrals to 2 or 3 a month after she reactivated her sphere. Open house conversions up significantly. Same number of open houses, dramatically more qualified follow-up conversations. Her pipeline quality dramatically higher. Every conversion started from a place of trust rather than competition. And here's the part that matters most. She was building something. Every relationship she deepened was compounding. Every referral she received made the next one likely. Every open house was feeding a system instead of disappearing into a sign-in sheet. Portal leads give you fish. The system teaches you to fish and then builds you a pond in your own backyard. Now, I'm not going to tell you to cancel everything tomorrow without a plan. What I'm telling you is this. If your primary lead generation strategy is paying someone else for access to strangers, you are renting your business, not building it. Here's where to start. This week, pull up your numbers. What have you spent on paid leads in the past 6 months? What did you close from them? What was the actual margin after lead cost? And then ask, what would happen if I took that same money and invested it in content systems and a referral process? Most agents who do that exercise honestly never look at portal leads again, or at least not the same way. If you're still writing checks to lead portals every month and wondering why your margins feel thin, this is the conversation we should have. The Brainstorm Call is free. We'll look at your actual numbers, what you're spending, and what a different model could look like for your business specifically. The link is below. Book it this week. And drop a comment. I want to know, are you currently paying for portal leads? And honestly, is it working?